What's up, Amazon sellers? If you are struggling after becoming VAT registered within your Amazon business, then this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to share with you what you need to know and how you can actually benefit by being VAT registered. Stay tuned. Hey guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years. And for the whole of those 4 years, I've been VAT registered. And also in addition to that, right now I'm on a mission to do £1 million by the end of 2021. Check out the link to my video up there where I explain everything. Now, on this channel right now, I release videos every single weekday to help you in your Amazon journey. So if you like that, give me a big like and hey, hit that subscribe button down below. Obviously, that's going to let you notified every single time I release a video. Now, enough about me. What are we going to go through today? First things first, number one, I'm going to go through what is VAT. Number two, I'll go through what a challenge this is, i.e. VAT. Number three, I'll talk about how to make money on Amazon after VAT registration. And then finally, number four, I'm going to go through products tax codes on Amazon that you really need to know about. So let's jump into it now. Okay, so first things first, number one, what is VAT? Well, basically VAT is a tax. It's VAT or value added tax. Now this is imposed by the government on all goods and services. In its simplest terms, the government earns money for every single purchase that we make in the country through VAT. Now in the UK, the standard rate of VAT is 20% for all purchases. And what I'm not going to do is to go into all the intricacies today of how VAT works. But if you want to understand how VAT is actually calculated and the ins and outs of it, do watch the video up here that I've done previously, which really explains the whole buy and sell process, including the Amazon fees as well, the difference between non-VAT registered and VAT registered sellers. Check that out. That's just going to really help you if maybe you're struggling to understand how that works. Now, the thing you should know about VAT in this video is the concept of what's known as input tax and output tax. First things first, input tax is basically the tax charged to you on every single purchase that you make. Again, in the UK, the standard rate of that is 20%. Now, if I bought an item, let's say for example, worth £100, the input tax I paid on that item is 16.7%. Now, this is because basically the product that I'm selling is valued at £83.33, and the tax I pay on top of that is 20% tax, or VAT, we say, of the £83.33 on top. So if we take £83.33 and times it by 1.2, which is adding the 20% on, we get our final price of £100. So that is the sale price. Now within the UK, the sale price includes the VAT. Now if we reverse that process, i.e. the input tax is £100 and we take away the £83.33 for the actual product, the remaining amount is £16.67, or 16.67% of the £100. So that is what's known as the input tax. Now, the second tax that you need to know about is the output tax. And basically, this is the tax that you are charged on all your sales. So again, if you're VAT registered in the UK, you will need to pay the government 20% of the VAT or tax for every item that you sell. Now, in our example, we bought an item for £100. Remember that had tax in it. And now we're going to say sell it for £250. Fantastic. Now in that 250, there should be the 20% tax included in it, because in the UK, we include tax in our final figure, which is our output tax. Now again, the 250 is made up of the product cost, £208.33, and the 20% of that, which is tax, which is £41.66. So my product is £208.33 plus the tax, which is 20%, £41.66, and the total of those two combined equals the £250 sale price. So my output tax is £41.70 effectively, or 66.67. Now the thing is, being VAT registered or being a VAT registered business has two implications. First, you can get back that input tax that you paid, you reclaim that from the government. And the second is that you still need to pay the output tax to the government, i.e. 20% of the sale price. And who do we pay that to? In the UK, HMRC, Her Majesty Revenue and Customs. Now in our example, your input tax is 16.67, and you can claim it back by deducting that input tax from your output tax. So the output tax is 41.70 and the input tax is 16.70. roughly. Now, this is equal to roughly £25. Now, what will happen is to the £25 difference, well, that is what you pay to HMRC. So in effect, you're not claiming back the 16.17 and then paying 41.70 to HMRC. What you do is you just pay the difference between the two of them. That is the net tax that you have to pay. Now, this leads me nicely onto number 2. What is the challenge about VAT? Well, if you've watched my video previously, I talked about that video. I said being VAT registered in your Amazon business decreases the profitability or decreases your profit margin. Now, there are many Amazon sellers that I have seen that have found their business harder after they've become VAT registered. One of these sellers posted in our Facebook group, and I'll drop a link around here to what they said. Now, the thing is being VAT registered within the UK decreases your profit margin. Why? Because you're going to have to increase your cost base through taxation. Now, generally speaking, after accounting for both the input tax and the output tax, you should generally see about an 8% reduction in your profits versus what a non-VAT registered seller would see. And that's a rough rule of thumb. Now, always remember that the Amazon game is about making money, and it starts when you buy and not when you sell. The point here is that you should lower your costs to make more profit. And one way of lowering your costs is by selling what's known as 0% VAT items. Now, by selling 0% VAT items, you can avoid shouldering the input tax and the output tax, since, quite simply, it doesn't have VAT imposed on it from the purchase of the sale, nor do you have to pay VAT on the actual sale itself when you come to sell it. Quick question for you guys. Are you about to become VAT registered, or have you just become VAT registered? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what challenges you are facing. Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so let's move on to number 3, how you can actually make money on Amazon after VAT registration. Well, look, let's get straight to the point. Short answer is sell 0% VAT items. Like what I said before, making money on Amazon is about reducing your cost to achieve more profits. Now, there's an old saying, you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. And I think this is really important in this situation. Now, to prove this to you, what I've done is I've made a profitability breakdown to compare 0% VAT registered items to a non-VAT registered seller and also a VAT registered seller at 20% VAT. So I'll share it over the screenshot and I'll also talk it through to you now. So let's go through. Okay, so you can see on this table right here, just along the top, we've got the fees. So we'll do a breakdown of all the different types of fees that you're going to pay. You've then got in the 3 columns what the fees are or what the costs are associated with a non-VAT registered seller. We've also got a VAT registered seller at 0%, I use 0% VAT items, and then also VAT registered seller at 20% VAT. So we'll show you the differences between 0 and 20% VAT items. Now, let's go into the first cost. So the first cost is called our cost of goods, the product we are actually buying. Now, in this example right now, we are buying something which a non-VAT registered seller is going to pay £10 for this item. And remember, they don't get to claim any VAT back, so it's just £10. Now, for your 0% VAT item, they're going to pay £10, but they're going to pay 0% VAT or tax because there is 0% tax on it. Now, for your 20% VAT registered item, they're going to pay £10 for the item in total, which is made up of £8.83 for £8.33 for the product, and then £1.66, 20% VAT roughly, for the actual what's known as input tax. So just remember that. Now, the next fee you need to understand, and this is all about the Amazon fees. So for this example, we're going to talk about the FBA fee. So for a non-VAT registered seller, they're going to be paying the standard fee, which is £2.14, plus the VAT on top of it, which is 42 pence. Now, for a 0% VAT registered seller, the way it works in Amazon, if you are VAT registered, in effect, Amazon doesn't charge you any VAT because they do something in Luxembourg. I'm not going to go into the detail, but quite simply, they don't charge you the VAT because they don't need to. Now, that is £2.14. So again, the same product, but again, no tax. Now, in regards to the VAT registered seller for 20%, again, £2.14 again on top of that. Now, the next fee you've got is what's known as referral fee. This is the privilege of selling on Amazon. So the VAT registered seller has to pay, or non-VAT registered seller, sorry, has to pay £3 for the fee plus the tax on top at 60 pence. Non-0% VAT registered seller, again, £3, not a problem, but there's no VAT on it. And then the VAT registered seller, 20%, again, £3, no VAT, not a problem. Okay, so we've now talked about sale price, we've now talked about the fees and the cost of goods. Let's look at the profits. So quite simply, non-VAT registered seller, well, they bought the product effectively at £20. They had a couple of costs and obviously sold the product as well. What was their profit out of it? Well, it's £3.84 once you take into account all the fees. Now, if we move over to the 0% VAT rated seller, they again sold the product for £20. They had no VAT on the fees, and also as well, their input tax had, or input purchase had no input tax to pay. So total profit for them, £4.68. Let's look at exactly the same example for the standard VAT product. For again, a VAT registered seller, sell it for £20, but the output tax on that is going to be £3.32. No tax on the fees, but there is still input tax they can reclaim off the purchase. Total profit after you deduct all the taxes, £3.22. So you can see clearly here that selling a 0% VAT item when you're a VAT registered seller actually will give you more profits in your business than even non-VAT registered sellers. I think that is amazing. Now, you might be asking the question, what are these amazing 0% VAT items which you can sell on Amazon? Well, 0% VAT items which you can sell on Amazon should be under what's known as product categories based on the UK government's website, and we'll do this now. So quite simply, the UK government talks about these, and I will drop a link down below to allow you to see more. But quite simply, we're talking about things like incontinence products, maternity tabs, baby wear, children's clothes and footwear, cycle helmets, protective boots, helmets for industrial use, motorcycle helmets, and safety standards. Now, I'll even add to that, and I know from my personal experience, things like coffee and tea, which haven't been prepared yet, ready to drink straight away, they are part of that as well. There's a lot to go through. Now, adding to this long list there's going to be food items as well that are categorized. There is so much. So what I will do is I'll drop a link down below to all these 0% VAT rated items from the government website. Now, what I will also do is jump onto my computer right now and I'll show you one 0 VAT rated product, which we have seen and sold in the past, that is just going to show you how it looks like on Amazon's website. So let's jump on my computer now and I'll show you an example of a 0% VAT rated product. Okay, so we just jumped here into a product which I know is 0% VAT, and we've sold many of these and similar products as well. So quite simply, this is a diapers or nappies. Sorry, I've been in America too long. And one thing you would have realized is these are part of what's known as 0% VAT rated items. Now, when you're looking on Amazon, the one thing you can probably look at is, first of all, I'm what's known as a business seller account. So not my Amazon selling account, but the Amazon purchasing account has a VAT number registered to it, and as a result, I can see what's known as ex-VAT and inc-VAT products. Now, the one thing which I know right here is just by looking at this product, and I'm going to just highlight it right here. What I'm going to do, sorry, Lynn likes this thing. Cool. And what I'm going to do right here is, if you just have a look over here, you can see where it says price $19.29. inc-VAT. It doesn't have an ex-VAT price because they're the same. Now, in effect, Amazon, whenever you're selling or looking at Amazon products, and if you have a look down here, you can see it is sold and dispatched by Amazon. So they'll always have inc-VAT and ex-VAT prices. But for 0% VAT rated items, they won't show you what's known as an ex-VAT rated item because the price is exactly the same. This product here is $19.29, including VAT at 0%. So it just shows you a straight inc-VAT. Now, that is what you will see when you'll see an example of a 0% VAT rated item. Now, what I will say again, reducing costs is the key to making more profits in your Amazon business. And another option you might want to think about is to sell what's known as reduced VAT products or 5% VAT products. Now, these are items that have a lower VAT rate of 5% than the standard rate, which is 20%. So not 0, but 5%. So now there are lots and lots of products which have reduced VAT rate. And according to the UK official website, the HMRC, again, I'll drop a link down below. There are many products. You can check that out. But what I'll do is I'll give an example now of what you need to look at and an example of a product which has 5% VAT and show you what you'll see when you look on Amazon to see that from a customer perspective, maybe when you're doing your research. So let's jump back onto this and I'll show you what's known as a reduced VAT rate product. So jump on now. Okay, so just jumped in now, and this product right now is a child's car seat. Now these aren't 0, but they are 5% VAT rated products. And the one thing I just want to show you right here is you can see it's got what's known as ex-VAT and inc-VAT price. And if I just zoom in on that, just to get this price here, so you can see right here, this is 128.57 ex-VAT and inc-VAT is 135. Doesn't sound like a 20% increase, so let's just get the calculator out now and actually show you the calculation to show you how they've done it. So 128.58 multiplied by 105, remember the 5% output tax on top, that is going to give you, in effect, £135. So you can see that that product right there is a 5% VAT rated product, and you can see that on Amazon. Now, because they have the ex-VAT product price and the inc-VAT product price. Now, what I will say is remember there is always more to saving your costs aside from selling just 0 or reduced VAT rated products. Consider your resources and outgoings, and if you want to know more about saving money in your Amazon business, then I will drop a link above to my 10 top money saving tips for an Amazon business. Okay, what I will say is looking for VAT rated, non-VAT rated products, they are all exceptionally the same thing. They are products that we can buy and resell on the Amazon marketplace, and fundamentally what we're trying to do, we're trying to make sure we convert the cash in our bank into products that are always on sale to make profit, ROI, and then obviously repeat that process over and over again. Now, the one thing you need to be thinking about is regardless of whether it's 0% VAT, reduced VAT, 20% VAT, just having products to sell is one of the key fundamentals of driving a successful Amazon business. And hey, if you are struggling right now to get deals or leads within your business, look no further than FastTrackFBA Leads. This is a service I created whereby we have got a team of sourcers going into the UK and a separate team going into the USA looking for deals 7 days a week. And what do? We find all the deals out there, put them onto our web portal where you can come in and pick and choose the deals that you like. Have a look at them, review all the stats, only choose the ones that you want, unlock them, and then obviously buy and resell them on the Amazon marketplace. If you want to know more, have a look down below. I'll drop a link to the FastTrackFBA Leads there, and obviously you can see all about this great service. Okay, this leads me nicely onto the final chapter, which is chapter 4. What are product tax codes or product tax codes for your Amazon business? Now, since we've already been discussing tax within our Amazon business, it is important that you also know about what's known as product tax codes in Amazon Seller Central. Now, a product tax code or PTC is an Amazon defined code that has the correct set of VAT rates across the EU and UK for a specific product category. Now, this PTC or product tax code will apply the correct rate of VAT to the products you've got. Now, later what I'm going to do is show you how to apply these and what they look like within your Seller Central. Okay, so the thing which I will also say is in your Seller Central account under the help pages, they have what's known as the VAT rates and the product tax code from Seller Central. Now, it contains a list of the VAT rates for each country and obviously the EU and the UK, as well as a list of all the valid product tax code that you can assign to your product listings. It is important to assign the correct product tax code to your products based on your category applicable to keep your accounting and your books accurate. So one question you might be asking is, how do you do this? Well, always remember that you have a default level or default product tax code. Now, generally speaking, the default level of product tax code will apply to all of your products at the very beginning when you become VAT registered. Now, generally speaking, this will be, for me and my business, a Gen 20. It just means a general tax 20% in the UK. That's what we do. Now, to view this or to edit this, what you're going to need to do is to go to your settings and then click on your account information and then click on the VAT calculation setting and click on continue and go through to page 3 where it has what's known as VAT defaults. So if what you want to do is click view or change your default product tax code and then click save settings. So generally speaking, you should always just leave it the default, which is 20%, but you might be a special case whereby your default could be 0%. Now, you need to get this right because this is about doing the correct tax codes, and obviously it has implication. So now what you might be thinking is, what if you want to assign a specific tax code to a specific item? How do you do that? Now look, one of the questions you might be asking is, how do I assign a specific product tax code to a specific item? You know, let's say for example, generally you're selling toys and then one day you want to start selling, I don't know, nappies, and that's going to be 0% VAT rated, and you want to change it to that one item. Well, quite simply, jump into your Seller Central and you're going to come up to Manage Inventory. So for example, go to your inventory and then Manage Inventory, and I'll jump on the computer now and show you the next steps. So remember, inventory, and then you've got Manage FBA Inventory, or inventory. If it's not FBA, it doesn't matter. Now go find the product that you want to reduce the tax code for. So I'm just going to click on this one, click Edit, load up that product itself. And what you're going to want to do is just scroll down what's known here as the product tax code itself. If you click on that, you can delete out the current tax code, and it's going to give you an options to what you can actually select this as. So you can see here we've got like A food gen, A food source. I think there'll be other ones in there. For some reason mine doesn't want to expect, but generally speaking, you can change that product tax code to what it is. But if you leave it as the default one, it's always going to go back to A Gen 20, which is what I really recommend, unless you know exactly the one you want. Now, what I would say is if you are unsure, if your product doesn't fall into any of the categories that Amazon are putting in the drop-down box, then generally what I'd say is leave it blank and it will fall back to your default product tax code. This is because the default product tax code will always be applied to products that are always subject to the standard rate of VAT. Now, default product tax code will cover most products that are sold on Amazon, so just keep that in mind. But obviously when you update this, what you're going to do is just come down and then click Save there afterwards, save and finish. There you go, that's that. Now, what I will say is hopefully this video has shown you how you can increase your profits when you are VAT registered, and once you have made that profit, what you're going to need to know is how to pay yourself correctly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link to a video around here about how to pay yourself as an Amazon seller from your Amazon business. Check that out. It's going to be really important for helping you to grow your business and obviously get money out. But hey, if you've liked this video, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.